Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kingston Memorial Centre in downtown Kingston, Ontario. It is Saturday night OUA Men's Hockey Championship evening. I am Kyle Campo, joined alongside by Sam Rowan. And Sam, this is exactly what these guys have been looking forward to all season long. Gaels coming in after a big victory against Carleton, and they are taking on the Guelph Griffins here in the Queen's Cup gold medal match here at the Kingston Memorial Centre in front of a capacity. And Sam, the difference between this kind of one game, a one-off type thing in the championship game as opposed to the rest of the playoffs was a 2-3 all the way through. So this is a huge advantage for the Gaels, certainly having just the one game to play in front of this crowd, whereas Guelph is going to have to come out and try to get on the board early and take this crowd out of the game. So we are set to get underway. It is the Queen's Cup Championship live. They're through the neutral zone. They lay it off for Alex Rao down the right wing. Rao's shot goes wide of the net. First real chance on target, though, from Queens. Griffins will come back through the neutral zone, putting pressure now in on Graham Brown. Taken down in behind the play. Jared Bethune in behind the Queens goal, trying to get the puck sent back up. Gaels able to get it through the neutral zone to Rao. He's battling with O'Connor. It's circled back around and trying to slow it down now for the Griffins. They'll come forward with Mikael Agard. Talk about Agard as well. The first whistle going to be somebody to key in on here for the Gaels, and somebody's going to have to be pivotal here for Guelph. They want to claim the OUA banner. Puck gets sent forward there from O'Connor. They'll circle it back around, trying to get sent forward with Valentini. Gibson now in behind the goal there for Queens. Sent it to the far side to Dunda, as Liam Dunda gets it back in. Thought about leaving it for Gibson, and they'll come to the near side instead to Mason Cone. Pass to Graham Brown, coming through the neutral zone to be an icing call on the Gaels. Queens unable to get a touch through the neutral zone to come down, and our first face-off of the game will be an icing call on Queens.
This is about exactly what you expect from these first couple shifts. Get the puck in deep, feel some contact. Here we have a look at those attendance stats. Queens showing out really well here. Always great to pack in the Memorial Centre.
2,800 on hand here at the Kingston Memorial Centre. A couple of adjustments from the city of Kingston to get some extra Queens Gaels fans in the building. They'll try to lead the Gaels to victory here. The largest Queen's Cup crowd since 2011 up in London, where the Western Mustangs packed their home ice arena and skated to victory there. Queens are hoping for a similar transaction here as Cone sets it back into Stephen Gibson on the left point. Can't quite clear it outside the zone, though. They'll go to the far side. Just going to dump and chase in behind the goal. Justin Fazio, Queens all-rookie goaltender, keeping an eye on that puck swinging back and forth. And now Guelph stuck in an offside position. Just getting it sent forward there was Jesse Sabin. And then hard contact made by Graham Brown behind the play. A lot of jawing back and forth after that sequence through as he took out number 23, Nick Boyer. So Gaels hoping this home crowd can carry them to victory. Centering pass comes through. Fazio steers it into the corner. Griffins trying to get on the board here early as Edwards will chip it forward, trying to get it up top to Slater Doggett. Doggett has it circle around. Guy comes near side to Jade Lindo. Lindo trying to chip around the defender and get it in towards goal. The Gaels continuing this onslaught of physicality as Jaden Lindo and Frankie Velarde getting involved in the mix. And we'll get a face-off just a tick under 3 minutes gone by here in the opening period. Remains scoreless, and it'll be an icing call on the Griffins, and it'll come back into Guelph territory. Andrew Masters, the goaltender, in net tonight for the Griffins. He's a rookie goaltender. Took over halfway through after their starting goaltender, Cormier, signed a pro contract. Rao, centering pass, Bethune with a shot. Goes off into the corner. Bethune centers it back. Abraham looking for a shot. And Abraham gets it through. Loose puck still there for Rao, and it's steered away. And the Griffins able to get it out of harm's reach, but good effort by Bethune. Puck goes in behind, and the nature of this building, Sam, players are the fans are right on top of the players. A lot of acoustics here in the building. Very vocal are the Queens faithful, and certainly going to contribute to the outcome of this game.
There's a ton of intensity in this one so far. Even a bit hard for us to hear each other in the booth at moments. Some huge hits thrown already, but nothing really to separate either of these teams so far. No grade A scoring chances either way.
3.5 minutes gone by here in the opening period, and the Gaels will set up to the left of Masters. Guelph wins the draw, and they'll reset in the defensive zone. Trying to look up ice, just poking away at the puck, trying to get it up top to Lindo. As the Griffins still have it in the offensive zone, but able to get on top of it is Edwards. He tries to get it past the stick there of Winder. Fazio slows it down in behind the Queens goal. Pass off the sideboards, a little bit too far for Lindo. Now they'll go to Stephen Gibson. Pass up to Jade Lindo. Masters going to go behind the goal and try to slow it down here for Guelph. Stretch pass comes through center ice, trying to get it around San Vito. They get it up to Duncan Campbell with a touch pass off the sideboards, but nobody there for Queens. And they'll come forward with Mikael Agard. Touch pass inside. Campbell to Cone. Mason Cone trying to slip it back to Campbell, still making its way towards goal. But nobody on the receiving end there for the Gaels, but still with it is Queens. Shot from Dunda, can't quite squeak it through. Masters makes the initial save. Now a chance back the other way. Icing waved off. Abraham has to be quick. So Spencer Abraham trying to center the puck up. Held in at the line, and it's intercepted by Cone. Queens will come back with some speed, trying to get Mason Cone to split the defenders. Cone has Campbell out in front. Mason Cone wins the puck. Cone still with it. Now Campbell lays it off to Guy. Nevin Guy takes the shot, gets it across. Cone, second chance opportunity. Trickles bouncing around. Where's the puck now? And they'll cover it up as it gets lost, but a great opportunity for the Gaels. Mason Cone had one teed up, waiting to put it in the back of the net, and couldn't quite capitalize, and the second chance opportunity is covered up by Masters.
As we're about to have another look here. Rod just seemed to lose his balance almost as he was trying to get planted for that one. Nonetheless, almost trickled in.
So Queens increasing the offensive intensity here, and they'll set up to the right of Masters, but the puck is going to come back outside the zone and force Will Brown to send the puck around. Velarde deep in the zone, trying to push it to Thompson. Hand is going to go up, and the Gaels are going to go to the game's first power play, Sam. And a huge, huge opportunity here. The Memorial Center crowd already on their feet, and perhaps the Gaels could send the roof off this place with a goal here on the power play. Jesse Sabin going to go to the penalty box.
That's the danger of such a physical game early on. Don't know exactly how the officials are going to call it. That was where the line was drawn there, so great power play opportunity coming up from the Gaels.
The Queens crowd here getting on the goaltender and Masters, trying to distract him from the action at hand here, and the Gaels again are on the power play. Great shift to Doggett. Doggett, great move. Doggett inside. Second chance opportunity gets steered away. It'll come down the ice and force Queens to regroup. Spencer Abraham in the defensive zone. Abraham trying to get it through the neutral zone, and it's turned back over the other way. Abraham going to settle in behind the Queens net. First 33 seconds gone by in the penalty to Sabin. Sent back the other way. Fazio going to trickle it down. Minute 16 left to go in the penalty to Sabin. 13:47 left to go in the opening period. Pass to the left wing. Turning on it is Cone. Good opportunity out in front. Centering pass is there. Couldn't quite get a touch on it though as Jade Lindo. And the Guelph penalty kill looking strong here in the first minute of their power play, Sam. And holding strong defensively and not allowing the Gaels to get many shots on target.
We had a lot of veterans on this Guelph team, so not surprising they got a good PK unit.
Here's a chance though for Velarde. Centering pass just out of the reach there of Cone. What was another glorious opportunity but just a last-second interception on the stick there from Guelph. Gets it out of harm's reach. Cross-ice pass to Graham Brown. Brown around O'Connor. As Brown looking for the centering pass, going to split the defenders, and that's 20 seconds left to go now in the penalty. Final 10 seconds left to go here. Stretch pass in up top at the blue line to Campbell. And just offside, a little step too quick there from Eric Margot. Referee right there to make the call, and that should just about do it for the Gaels power play. 5 seconds left to go before Sabin's back out onto the ice. So 12:39 left to go in the opening period. It is the Queen's Cup OUA Provincial Championship game between the Gaels and Griffins here at the Kingston Memorial Center. Both of these teams have already qualified for the U Sports National Championship. But speaking to a couple of the Gaels beforehand, would certainly love to claim the Queen's Cup. As the bouncing puck was out in front, Abraham gets the initial shot. As the OUA Championship would take precedent here for the Gaels to reclaim the Queen's Cup as OUA champions for the first time since 1981. Gaels circling around. Dunda gonna chip it into Margot. Margot gets taken into the boards, and they'll try to get him to reset. Margot still in the offensive zone as he chases in after Scott Simmons. Now it's Doggett. In behind the goal, Guelph trying to emerge up ice. Got a ton of great scoring chances here in the first half of the opening period for Guelph. As again, they trounced the Gaels 7-1 in their only matchup this season. Pass off the sideboard, slips it forward. Puck stays in play, and they'll dance along the blue line, and now they'll get it out. Got to lay it off to Doggett, was Luke Edwards. And then the chip on the puck will bounce up into the Guelph bench and give us another face-off. 11:22 left to go in the opening period.
Yeah, and you mentioned that 7-1 result earlier in the season, but it's been a long time for the Gaels since they had that tough loss at home. Really, starting with the Carr Harris Cup, Gaels have rebounded, been so calm and composed throughout these playoffs, hoping to do more of the same tonight.
And the path for the Gaels to get into this Queen's Cup has not been easy. Very impressive series victories along the way. They'll send the puck back in, including their OUA East Division Championship Series against the Carleton Ravens. Puck gets turned over inside, but the Gaels unable to capitalize. And now Duncan Campbell, good move to the inside. Campbell's shot just over top of the crossbar. First real scoring chance in a handful of sequences forward from the Gaels in the last little while. And the puck will get dumped down, and there'll be an icing call now on Guelph. So again, Sam, impressive victories for the Gaels along in these playoff series, as they have now taken out Ottawa and Carleton, the top two seeds in the OUA East in their last two respective series. But the Guelph Griffins have certainly done the same. They've taken out some impressive competition along the way as well.
Yeah, we just had a look at Andrew Masters' numbers there on the screen. Took over the starting job mid-season as their starting goaltender went to the East Coast League.
So a tough task to handle for a rookie goaltender, but Masters has been exceptional in the Guelph goal. Gaels coming forward, it's Doggett. And it'll be offside called on Queens, just a little bit too quick on the advance in on the far side from Luke Edwards.
So we have a look at Slater Doggett's numbers there. Leading goal scorer in the regular season for the Gaels. Also leading the Gaels in the playoffs so far. He's been a vital player for Queens.
10:26 left to go in the opening period. It is a scoreless tie so far between the Gaels and Griffins. And then Brown gets it sent forward. Goes in behind the net. Guelph gonna set up with Riley O'Connor. Hard contact made in behind. Alex Rao getting in the mix as well for Queens. Gonna spring it loose. Here's Brown towards target. Stick save made by Masters, and now Guelph gonna look up ice, try to come back in the counter. They send it forward up top to O'Connor. Gonna be offside this time the other way on Guelph. So a couple of our odd man rushes have been put to a halt early on here, Sam, as both sides have been guilty of an offside here.
I think just some nerves early on here. It's a lot of pressure to deal with, and maybe one too many moves at the line there.
So 9:45 left to go here in the opening period. Trickling back around, far side pass comes through to Stout. And it'll go back around. Brown gonna try to get it through to Gibson. Graham Brown circling around. Here's Brown, the head of steam coming up the right wing. Gaels defender leaving his post out of the back. Here's Strand though. Doesn't have much help. He's gonna go cross ice, but has to stay onside. Griffins come forward in the offensive zone. Shot off the end wall, looking for the centering pass to come through. Templeton shot, trickles out in front, and able to make a quick save there is Justin Fazio. That's Stephen Templeton catching the Gaels off guard with a shot towards goal. Covers up for a save.
I know we've talked about this earlier in the playoffs, but Fazio is the kind of guy that if he doesn't see a lot of shots early, it takes a while for him to settle in. You saw not super comfortable there, but good to face a couple of shots and really get in the flow of the game.
9:12 left to go here in the opening frame. It is still scoreless between the Gaels and Griffins. Much different than the scoreline we saw in the first game between these two sides. 8 goals combined, most of them coming from Guelph in a 7-1 blowout. Shot through from Bethune to Margot, Eric Margot. And behind the goal, the Griffins take over. They'll send the puck forward here. Guelph will come back in the counter. Coming down the left wing, centering pass slows down enough, almost in time for Jesse Sabin to make contact. But now the Griffins will set up in behind the goal. Nevin Guy ties up his defender, but allows the puck to come out in front of the net. Sabin, shot towards goal, it takes a deflection. But Guy unable to clear it out. Just going to flip it out now, and that'll escape the edge of the glass and come out for a face-off that'll stay inside Queens territory.
That's one where you're glad that NHL rules don't apply. Straight out of play. OUA follows a lot of NHL rules, but not the delay of game penalty, so good fortune for the Gaels there.
A couple of looks at the line there from Justin Fazio. 13-4 on the year, and has been exceptional in the playoffs here for the Gaels. Gonna have to be big once again here tonight if the Gaels are hoping to claim the Queen's Cup. Comes down the right wing with Dunda. Liam Dunda looking for the centering pass out. Dunda gets it straight across the face of goal. Nobody on the receiving end. Sanvito pinches in from the back. Gaels spin and fire. Dunda's shot goes over top of the net. Masters holding his ground inside the Guelph net. Griffins coming back the other way with it. Chopping away at the puck, and now the Griffins settling down, come through the neutral zone. Pass comes forward, they gain inside Queens territory now, looking for options out in front. Bouncing puck is there. Fazio makes the save and will cover up, and Campbell will get in the way. Make sure some last-second chops don't come in on the stick there of Justin Fazio.
Have a look at this replay here. Agard in with a little backhand chance. Agard, a real top-quality international player. Great resume, was the captain for the World Junior team, Denmark's World Junior team that is, and then played in the World Championships last year, so an impressive pedigree there.
So off the face-off will come out to the right wing as Lindo trying to send the puck forward. Gets it out of the zone, but Sabin has to be patient to send the puck back into the offensive zone of the Gaels. Circles goes in behind the net. Queens looking up ice. Trying to stretch it through. Sabin intercepts. Trying to get it through to Doggett. Contact made on the near side boards there from Edwards. Touch pass comes forward to Slater Doggett. Doggett trying to make his way around Jesse Lemke. Pass to the far side. Now springs loose to the Gaels. Trying to get the drop pass to Doggett. Slater Doggett. And tries to come back to Stephen Gibson and intercepted back the other way for the Griffins. Shot towards goal as the save is made by Fazio. Now the Griffins pressing forward now, looking for a centering pass. Shot through, save made by Fazio. Flex in behind the net. Great shot on target that time by the Griffins. Circling back around, Gibson, Fazio. Passes it up top to Stephen Gibson, now to Jade Lindo. Intercepted at center ice. Templeton coming across Velarde. Get the centering pass in and it's steered aside. Sucked down in the corner. Griffin's trying to get the puck loose. Graham Brown sends it along the edge of the boards. Can't quite chip it around the defender pinching in from the back end. Guelph circling around, trying to get the game's opening goal. Crowd is quieted here substantially in the last 10 minutes or so. They're starting off the game with quite a bit of noise. Be chipped down. It'll be an icing call upcoming now on the Gaels. 5:47, Sam, left to go in the opening period. Teams trading some scoring chances here through the first 14 and a half minutes, but still no score between Queens and Guelph.
We're going to have another look here. I believe it's a one-time chance that Fazio got his body to. That's just a great positional save. Keeps his shoulders nice and high. No time to really react other than just getting in the way of that.
So still some time for either side here to get the game's opening goal before the first intermission. And Fazio not going to take any chances. Makes the save, just going to cover up for the faceoff. So a couple of Gaels and a couple of Griffins on either side today getting recognized for their strong campaigns. The Gaels honoring Slater Doggett as the OUA East, or the OUA MVP this season. Justin Fazio named to the rookie team. And Spencer Abraham named an OUA All-Star as well. The Gaels will come back. Trying to come through to Rao. Going to spring it loose, and the Queens will be called in the offside. 5:28 left to go in the opening period. So puck will come outside the Guelph defensive zone. Out to the blue line, and they'll try to win the draw back with Jared Bethune. Bethune comes back to the left point. Now they come cross ice to Abraham. A little deflection there from Margot. Puck will go in behind the net. Abraham awaiting for it. Goes into the stick there of Simmons, trying to come cross ice. Bouncing puck is loose. Shot through. Fazio has to be quick. Makes the save with the glove and sweeps it over top of the crossbar. And it's held in at the line, sent right back towards goal. Great scoring chance by the Griffins. Bethune pass off the boards. It'll come back outside the zone. Under 5 minutes to go now in the first period. Still scoreless between the Gaels and Griffins. Pass to the near side. San Vito. Touch it off the boards. Goes off the stick of Cone and now goes to the far side. Trying to chip and chase. Can't quite get an interception there. Gibson going to flip it forward. Now the bouncing puck from Agard is going to reset to the back end to Braden Munn. And now poked forward there by Duncan Campbell, and it'll come in behind the net. Campbell gets pushed into the far side corner. Comes back outside the zone now as Nevin Guy will come back and has Gibson to his left. Gibson gonna look up ice. Come cross ice to Mason Cone. Sauce pass inside, and they're gonna blow the play dead. We're gonna get a penalty upcoming. It's gonna be interference, Sam, on Guelph. So another opportunity here with 4 minutes to go in the opening period. Gaels are gonna go to their second power play.
Yeah, the Gaels never really got the opportunity to set up the look they wanted on that first power play. So they're gonna try to do better here. I'm sure Coach Brett Gibson's had a conversation with his power play specialists on the bench, try to improve on some things.
So it'll be an interference call on the Griffins, and it's going to go against number 15, Cody Thompson. And now the crowd again getting on Masters, trying to take away a little bit of his focus and concentration. So 2 minutes separating the game clock from the penalty clock. So Queens with a great opportunity here to get the game's opening goal on their second power play. Abraham fakes, shot from the far side. Cone circles back around. Mason Cone comes cross ice. Here's Doggett. Drop pass from Doggett. Abraham. Far side again. Spencer Abraham circles around. Abraham goes across to Slater Doggett. Doggett, Abraham fakes the shot. Doggett in the straightaway, bouncing puck is there. Doggett couldn't quite get it in on target. The puck gets sent back down the ice. First 40 seconds gone by now in the penalty. Queen's going to reset in behind the goal. And this time it'll be an offside on Guelph, but a couple more seconds ticking off the shorthanded chance here for the Griffins, as we get a look at some of the special teams numbers here between Guelph and Queens.
Yeah, as we have a look, they're pretty even in both penalty kill and power play percentages, so nothing to really separate these two teams in the specialty game, and that's what we've seen so far, relative stalemate.
Minute 4 left to go in the penalty to Thompson. Gaels have spent a substantial amount of time in the defensive zone. They'll come forward as Velarde chips it into the corner, trying to get it through to Brown. Now the trickling puck comes outside to Guy. Campbell, touch inside to Frankie Velarde. Velarde down the right wing, makes a move around the defender. Velarde looking for goal, and he'll circle back around instead. 38 seconds left to go in the penalty to Thompson. Brown collects at the right point. Graham Brown looking for a shot. Goes to Edwards. Edwards can't get it through as it's blocked in front, and now comes back outside the zone again. 23 seconds left to go now, and Queens with not a ton of offensive opportunities here on the power play. Campbell, ill-advised turnover there from Duncan Campbell, and he'll force a reset. Comes up top to Brown. Now the Gaels have numbers forward. Queens switching their power play unit. Abraham left alone up top, but he circles back around. Centering pass out! Chance in front for Doggett. Now a second chance. Lindo shot through, and it's blocked. Great job by the Gaels to keep the pressure up, but the penalty kill is successful for Guelph, as they have killed off their second minor penalty here in the opening period. Now a shot towards goal. Fazio covers up the far side post. A minute 40 left to go in the opening period. Lindo comes forward to Thompson. Thompson holds on, shot towards goal, and the save is made by Masters, who will cover up for the defensive zone faceoff. And Sam, a great sequence by the Gaels on the power play, but it's answered back the other way. Abraham looking for help out in front, centers it out in front to Slater Doggett. Just maybe a little bit too much time, or more time than he had anticipated, and fans on that shot attempt.
An absolutely night and day difference between those first two power plays. 2-3 great A scoring chances for the Gaels there. That's got to be a big momentum boost for the last minute and a half.
1:30 left to go in the opening period. Still no score between the Gaels and Griffins. And as we mentioned before, this is a one-shot, one-game playoff for the OUA Championship, and another penalty upcoming to the Griffins as Dunda gets high-sticked and clipped on the way through. And 3 straight power play chances now for the Gaels in the opening period. With a minute 18 left to go, they could potentially carry this over to the start of the second, unless, of course, they score here in the final minute 18.
Yeah, that's just a careless one from Guelph there. You got to take care of your stick. Importantly now, 2 minutes, maybe some fresh ice at the start of the second period if they don't score in this 1 minute and 18 they have remaining. All the momentum with the Gaels right now.
Justin Lemke, the guilty party for the Griffins. Guelph trying to delay a little bit of time starting off here, but a minute 18 left to go before the end of the first period. 2 minutes, of course, left to go in the penalty to Lemke. And the Gaels are going to set up to the right of Masters and try to get the game's opening goal, their third power play chance of the opening period. Abraham lays it off, fakes the shot, comes down inside to Doggett, gets the shot away, stick save by Masters. Now it's dropped by Cone. Bethune now. Jared Bethune finds Doggett. Slater Doggett goes cross ice again, comes across and trying to get it through to Bethune as we're in the final minute now of the opening period. Trying to come through, held in at the line by Mason Cone. Sets up Abraham, fakes the shot. Abraham looking towards goal. Fanning on the shot attempt. Loose puck still there. Bouncing around, and the Gaels can't bury. And the Griffins dump it down the length of the ice and get a fresh set of legs on the ice now. Great opportunity, though, for Queens. 28 seconds left to go. Queens trying to stretch the puck up and get another opportunity before the end of the first period. Intercepted and just sent forward there by Guelph. Just be content getting to the dressing room at this point. A lot of action here though, Sam, in the opening 20 minutes. Final few seconds ticking away now. Doesn't look as though Queens will get a final shot. Maybe they will try for one, and that'll do it for the opening 20 minutes. Good action at both ends of the ice. The Gaels having 3 shorthanded opportunities, or 3 power play opportunities. Still to no avail. And after 20 minutes, the Gaels and Griffins are tied at 0. And we will leave you now for the first intermission. Join us back for the second period. You're watching the Queens Cup live on OUA TV. Queens 0, Guelph 0 after 20. Join us back for the second period after this.
Down here with Queens Gaels head coach Brett Gibson and Brett. We've got to be pretty pleased with how everything went there, other than scoring a goal in that first period.
Yeah, I thought we had a good start. We got to execute our power play. Our power play's been poor the last couple minutes there. We just got to get it harder. We got to work as hard as we are 5-on-5 on the power play, and we'll be all right.
And then what do you guys have to do to try and 5-on-5 get one?
Oh, it's been good. We just got to get to the net, bang and rebounds. The rebounds are there. We just got to get them.
Thanks, coach.
Thank you.
Sean,
That was Gaels head coach Brett Gibson talking to Sean McDonald about the struggles on the power play there in the opening period for the Gaels. Got to be better on the man advantage throughout the rest of this game. They'll start off the second period with 42 seconds with an extra attacker on the ice here, Sam. And just kind of a back and forth there. I think the Gaels had the better of the scoring chances in the opening 20 minutes. A couple of highlights there from both ends of the ice. Not much offering from the Griffins offensively there. But you have to give credit to Andrew Masters, who was strong in the Guelph goal in the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with Coach Gibson in the sense that they didn't get the goal they were looking for. But you have to look, Slater Doggett had 2 amazing scoring opportunities. Normally, he's a guy that finishes those, so I think you just work on more of the same that you did in those last 2 power plays, and eventually your chance will come here.
Justin Lemke still in the box here for the Guelph Griffins. 42 seconds left to go in the power play. It is the 3rd consecutive power play opportunity for the Gaels in this game so far. And they will start off the second period on the man advantage. Gaels win the draw, get it to Mason Cone. And they'll dump the puck in behind the goal. And try to get set up. They got Jade Lindo out in behind the net. Swings the puck back to Mason Cone. Cone gonna circle around. They drop it off for Abraham. Shot through traffic. Scores! Spencer Abraham gets the game's opening goal. 18 seconds into this second period. And it's 1-0 Queens. Jade Lindo first to touch gloves. So we'll have to check, Sam. There may have been a deflection out in front from the Gaels number 22, but nonetheless, it's 1-0 Queens.
Yeah, if I had to bet before seeing the replay, pretty sure Lindo got a piece of that one, and he looks pretty happy about it.
We'll get a second look. Cone, drop pass to the back end, gets the shot through, deflected out in front, trickles past Andrew Masters. And we talked about how the power play needed to step up for Queens. They had 42 seconds to do so here at the start of the second frame. And they needed less time than that, Sam, to get on the board. We'll wait for the official announcement, but it did look as though it was Jade Lindo who got contact out in front of the Abraham shot, and it's 1-0 Gaels.
2 things I would say about that one. First thing, fresh ice on the power play is an underrated advantage. And also, we've seen from Abram all year, he gets shots through traffic. Huge key throughout the playoffs for the Gaels. They've generated a lot of offense off it.
Liam Dunda throwing the body around in behind the net. Guelph trying to come back in the counter right away. They'll come down the right wing looking for options out in front, circle back around instead. And they'll go to the far side to Templeton. Trying to get contact made out in front of the net. And they do give it to Jade Lindo. So the goal, the deflection out in front, shot from Abraham, deflected by Jade Lindo. And it's 1-0 for the Gaels very early on here in the second period. Up the left wing, Brown trying to get the puck forward, intercepted Doggett. Going to drop it past, and a chance now for the Griffins to come back. Gibson has to be quick. Chance out in front, centering pass is there. They circled around. Fazio has to be quick on top of it. Raycroft was waiting for it at the point. Now the Gaels will come back with it in the counter. Chance up top, Luke Edwards putting pressure in. Edwards, great fight there from him to get it out in front as he battled with Riley O'Connor. Now the puck intercepted. Guelph trying to reset now. Pass goes to the far side. Circle back around, send it in. Abraham sees the puck bouncing up in front. Circle it around. Centering pass there goes off the post and deflects wide of the net. Come back the other way with it. Sabin trying to reset here for Guelph. Trickle down, goes in behind Fazio. The Griffins making a change. So they will try to reset in behind the net. Goes off the stick. There's Jared Bethune, who scored a highlight reel goal to put the game away for the Gaels last week against Carleton. Bethune, slip pass outside. Rao fans on the shot attempt. Chip it up down the left wing, throwing the body around again to the Gaels. It's Dunda using his huge frame to push the Griffins down to the ice, and they'll touch it out of the zone. Guelph trying to reset. Boyer sends the puck forward, trying to send it up top to Stevens. The puck gets sent down. They'll reset back around to Jesse Sabin. Touch pass off the side wall. Takes a hop. Brown, not knowing where the puck is. The Griffins will circle back around with it. They have it still in the offensive zone, trying to put pressure in on Guy and the rest of the Gaels' defense. Toss off the end boards. Griffins looking for the centering pass to come out. And to the right point, shot gets deflected through and it'll go in behind the net. Nevin Guy trying to set up for Queens. Guy pushing the Griffins to the outside. Will Brown getting involved now as well. And Frankie Velarde undercutting at the back end. Thompson keeping an eye on his man up top. Griffins continuing to pressure in the offensive zone. Comes back to the point, shot off the end wall. Looking for the deflection forward. And then the referee going to blow the play dead after the puck stayed on the back end of the boards for quite too long.
And I think a really nice response from Guelph here these last couple of minutes. We're going to have a look at a replay here of the Lindo goal.
Faceoff will come to the right here of Fazio. 16:02 left to go in the second period. And off the draw, a shot attempt through, but it trickles and deflects wide of the net. Hard check into the boards there from Graham Brown. Trying to get the puck loose and outside the zone. Edwards gets a step from the defender. 2-on-1 for Queens. Edwards down the left wing has Lindo in front. Lindo, big save coming across though by Masters. That's a momentum shifting potential save there from Andrew Masters as Lindo tried to make it 2-0. And the puck deflects up and into the bench on the far side, and that'll draw the play dead, but an excellent save, Sam, from Masters.
Yeah, and I think it was all about the read there. Maybe looked down Lindo a little too long, gave the goaltender the key that he was going over there, and he was ready for the big push off the post.
A nice save there from Masters to keep it at 1-0. Puck comes through and circles around the edge of the boards. The Queens crowd really getting into it here in the early stages of the second period. The puck goes into the far side boards, and Sam, we kind of talked off air, kind of Michael and Mark Stevens, two brothers from Turkey Point, Ontario, with an interesting connection with the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, their older brother, an assistant coach, so real Guelph Griffins heritage in that family, and always good to see a little family connection in action there.
Mark and Michael Stevens, line mates, and then assistant coach Justin Stevens, former Guelph Griffin himself. It's a good pedigree of Guelph Griffin hockey and the Stevens family, and a presence there from Turkey Point, Ontario. The errant puck there goes into the boards, and or over top of the boards, and it'll come back down into the Guelph zone. 15-14 left to go here in the second period. Opening goal scored by a shot attempt from Spencer Abraham, but the deflection out in front by Jade Lindo makes it 1-0. Here's a look at the Guelph Griffins coaching staff trying to draw things up and allow the Griffins to get back into this one, as the goal from Lindo has reignited this crowd here at the Memorial Center. Trying to get the puck forward, Bethune, and it'll be offside on Guelph. Perhaps not knowing that they were in an offside position, but nonetheless, the referee makes the call and blows it dead.
And we were just talking about the Stevenses. Michael Stevens was on that Guelph team that won the Queen's Cup 5 years ago, and there are 7 Griffins that were on that team, so a lot of veteran experience in the group.
The Guelph group looking to finish off the way things started for them in their OUA career with a Queen's Cup banner. But the Gaels out in front early here, up 1-0. The Griffins getting past the likes of Ryerson and Brock and the Western Mustangs, the other top 3 teams in the OUA West. As again, the Gaels getting past Concordia before taking on the 2 Ottawa schools in the playoff rounds from there, beating out the top-seeded Ottawa GGs before finishing off the Carleton Ravens in a 2-game sweep to claim their spot here and the right to host this Queen's Cup championship game. Trying to get the puck intercepted. The Gaels pass to San Vito, gets it sent up ice. Here's Campbell. Cross ice to Mason Cone. Cone back to the center of goal. Great shot by Cone. Rebound just over top of the net by Campbell. Great opportunity by the Gaels. Here's Guy. Pinches in from the backhand shot over top of the net. Duncan Campbell had that one on a platter. Could not quite capitalize. That's a couple of missed opportunities for the Gaels so far, Sam.
Yeah, just a rolling puck there. Couldn't quite get Goodwood on it. Tough break.
Down the right wing, looking for the centering passes. Thompson trying to get it across. It's intercepted by the Gaels. And they will come back in the counter with Slater Doggett. Doggett trying to chip and chase around. Takes a hop off the end wall. It almost bounced out in front. Great for Doggett again in front of the net. Intercepted. Doggett gets taken down. Still with it though. Great pass to Cone. He wasn't perhaps anticipating that pass to come through. We chip down, goes in behind the net. As Fazio has it played out. Pass along the side wall. Devin Guy goes in behind the net trying to play that one out. 13:05 left to go in the second period. Remains 1-0 for the Gaels. Puck gets trickled forward. Boyer circles it back around, getting it to Justin Lemke. Lemke back to the far side. Queens coming down, or excuse me, Guelph coming down the left wing. Sent in behind as Gibson trying to reset for the Gaels. Velarde pushes it forward, trying to get the slip pass inside out in front of the net. Trying to come along the half wall as Lemke forced a retreat and just going to send it into the Gaels zone, back to the stick of Spencer Abraham. Abraham looking up ice. Going to be touched there by Lindo. That'll go in behind the net. Chasing after it is Stout. And now Jesse Sabin gets it outside the zone now for Guelph. They'll come down the left wing looking for a shot attempt on goal. Shot through, stick save made by Fazio and deflects into the corner. Trying to reset with Trig Strand. Velarde just going to push it forward with one hand on the stick, and it'll come outside the zone, back into the neutral zone. And touch forward in behind the goal. Queens setting up behind their own net. 11:44 left to go in the second period, and a 1-0 lead for the home side. Thompson with Stout and Bethune up top. The Griffins do a good job circling that one back around the edge of the boards. Gets sent forward there from Bramwell. Here's Bethune. Jared Bethune looking up ice. Gets it to the blue line, and then taken out is Margot. And now Jared Bethune circling around looking for an option out in front. Comes back to the point. It'll trickle and hop over top of the stick. Try to force the Gaels to reset here. As they're set up in behind their own goal, it'll split the defenders, and we'll get our first face-off in a couple of minutes here. It splits the defenders, comes back for an icing call. 10:57 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, we're seeing the same kind of patterns in the first. Things just quieting down, settling down a bit after a really high energy start to the period. Griffin's just trying to sort things out, get some good quality scoring chances. We have a look at Bramwell's regular season stats here.
Off the face-off, Griffin's fanning on the shot attempt, and it'll go in behind the net on Fazio. San Vito trying to play it out. Chip and chase outside the zone, slows down enough as Raycroft has to feel the pressure coming from the Gaels. Shot back through. Glove save made by Fazio. Second chance opportunity steered away by Spencer Abraham. Pass off the sideboards to Dunda. Liam Dunda comes down the wing. Dunda still with it. Shot towards goal. Goes off the end boards and on the back of the netting. Campbell. Pressure in. Great drop pass though by Campbell, but can't do much with it afterwards as Mason Cone has got to come back in a hurry defensively. Cone. Circle around, looking up ice. Cone. Try to stretch it up top to Campbell. He's got Dunda to the inside. Campbell. Still with it. Now Cone. Shot well wide of the net from Brown. It'll circle back around. Guelph will come forward with it now. Chip it into the zone. Get the cross ice pass. Nobody on the receiving end, and the Gaels intercept and will regroup. Goes now to the half wall to get it back to the left point. Takes a deflection and a chance out in front. Fans on the shot. And then Brown able to sweep it away. 9.5 minutes left to go in this second period. Griffins come down the left wing. Drop pass, shot through wide of the net. Shot attempt in on Cole. The Griffins unable to do much with it. And then the flying stick there from Mikael Agard will take the puck into the bench. It'll be in a face-off that'll come outside the Gaels blue line.
And that line of Dunda, Campbell, and Cone's been really good so far in this one. Not necessarily the Gaels' top unit, but good pressure on the forecheck, creates some good chances. Good to see them buzzing.
Okay, Griffins win the draw back. Send it up forward to Edwards. Drop pass there to Lindo. Lindo tries to get it across, but it's taken back the other way from Guelph. Cross ice pass goes to the far side. A couple of Griffins waiting for the puck out in front. Deflection there. Fazio makes the initial save. And then nobody on the receiving end for Guelph, but a second chance opportunity now. Centering pass is there. And perhaps an interference call. They're going to say no. It's a tough non-call against the Gaels, and it'll be offside on Doggett. So perhaps a momentum shifter there for Guelph, but thought maybe it was an interference call coming across there on Slater Doggett.
Yeah, let's see if we get another look at that one here. No, it's a chance. Oh yeah, we are gonna. For me, I think that's probably an interference call, but Queens Club, big playoff game. Refs don't want to impact it too much, so I can understand why they didn't make the call at the same time.
Yeah, perhaps a good non-call. Templeton getting his body in the way, but no call. And there's also been only 3 minor penalties so far in the game, all of which have gone against Guelph. Abraham. Pass off the end wall. Chopping at it was Raycroft, so the icing will be waved off. And dumped down, it'll be icing back the other way, this time against Guelph with 8:20 left to go. Gaels will get an offensive zone face-off coming up. So again, both of these teams have already qualified for the national championships held by the University of Lethbridge. But the right to provincial gold and an OUA banner still on the line here. Great move in the corner. Centering pass out in front, but couldn't do much with it after the initial move there from Luke Edwards. 8:06 left to go in this period. Guelph trying frantically to get back in it. Shot well wide of the net. Circle all the way back around. Here's a chance now for Edwards. He's got Lindo out in front. Edwards keeps. Rebound bounces out as Edwards decides to keep and shoot his own this time. The last time those two had a 2-on-1, Sam, we saw Edwards come down. As you mentioned a little bit, too much of an indication that he was going to go pass, opted not to shoot, gets it across to Lindo, but Masters still had to make a big save.
Well, and I think on that little chance there, that was the right read. 2 back checkers coming back, cut off Lindo, so he was looking for the low far pad for a rebound. Didn't come off, but I think that's the right play there.
So 7:49 left to go to be an offensive zone face-off here for Queens. They hold a 1-0 lead, and they'll redo that face-off as stick contact was made on the draw there. I believe it was Kopsels getting a stick in the way before it had reached the ice, so him and Bethune will go at it again. Kopsels still able to win the second draw, but the Gaels have it now in the offensive zone. Good chance out in front, swept away from Masters, and then just contact made at the end of the play on the post. That'll draw an easy call here, and we have face-off in the defensive zone here of Guelph. 3 berths at Nationals this year for the OUA, Sam, and so there's a OUA bronze medal match going on as well between the Western Mustangs and the Carleton Ravens. And the winner of that match will, of course, go to Nationals as the 3rd rep of the OUA. Chance down the right wing. Shot through traffic. Stick save made by Fazio. Deflects it into the corner. They trickle it back around as Margot get the puck sent forward, and now chasing after it is Alex Rao, battling with Lemke. Good push there by Rao to try to win the puck. Bouncing puck now comes back to Nevin Guy. Guy splits the defense. Edwards pushes it forward to Doggett. Doggett gets pushed into the boards on the far side, but Lindo gets the puck behind the net. Trickling along the edge of the boards. Pressure now from Doggett with a huge hit on the far side. Slater Doggett absolutely laying into Trigg Strand on the far end. 6:46 left to go in this second period. Capacity crowd here at the Kingston Memorial Center. Gaels looking for their first Ontario banner since 1981. Lindo. Puck sent forward there from Abraham. Going to be an icing call on Queens. And throughout the week, Sam, a lot of support piling in from the Kingston community. A lot of former coaches and players, some Queens hockey alumni voicing their support of the Queens Gaels men's team here, including Paul Langlois and Rob Baker, the tragically hit. We're here to support. There's another look at a strong hit there from Doggett on Trigg Strand. So the Kingston community really coming out in full force for this weekend here.
Yeah, and head coach in 1981, Fred O'Donnell, former Boston Bruin, came to give a little motivation during the week as well. So great to have him back out.
So Gaels, again, the Gaels alumni, a strong, rich tradition here of Queens Gaels men's hockey. And again, looking for their first provincial title since 1981.
Just circling back quickly and talk about that hit from Slater Doggett. When you see your top player, your top goal scorer throw hits like that in a big game, that's a huge confidence boost on the bench for the Queens players.
We'll see if the Gaels can harness some of that energy here and carry it forward to perhaps a multi-goal lead heading into the dressing room for the second intermission, continuing to hold on to their 1-goal advantage. It's 1-0 with 5:54 left to go in the period. Doggett trying to chip around the defender, is trying to settle in that time. And the Griffins will come forward with it, looking for bodies out in front. Puck can't quite trickle out in front of goal. And now the bouncing puck goes to the far side. Here's Raycroft. Shot, deflection out in front. As Cone gets roughed up there at the blue line. Guelph coming back down the right wing. Drop pass out in front, looking for a shot towards goal, just over top of the net. And the Gaels able to steer it out of harm's reach. Looking for the centering pass, though. Plenty of space to work with for the Griffins, who can't quite get it in on target on Fazio. Raycroft waiting for it at the point. The puck gets sent behind the Gaels' net, as Campbell will come forward with it. Good movement now by the Griffins. Centering pass comes out. Nobody on the receiving end, and Thompson just going to send it high off the glass down the ice for the icing call. But perhaps the best move there's for the Gaels defense, Sam, just trying to weather the storm here and not allow the Gaels or the Griffins offense to get set up. It looked as though they were buzzing out in front of the net.
Yeah, it's a good little series of play here from the Griffins, but at the same time, they haven't been able to string together a long series of passes. Chemistry, offensive instincts, just a bit off so far in this one.
Not a ton of offensive scoring chances for the Griffins so far. There's 4:49 left to go here in this second period. I think we can count their number of solid scoring chances on one hand. And very different from the game that they had against the Gaels early in the season, in which they hung 7 on the Gaels in a blowout victory at home.
And I think if you're head coach Sean Camp, you need to maybe look at switching up a couple lines, just try to inject a bit of energy and a bit of creativity.
Puck goes in behind the goal as Rao finishes his check in the corner. Margot, great move around in a collision here out behind the play. And now Guelph coming forward with it. Gets taken down, and that's going to be the first penalty of the game to the Gaels, Sam. 4:10 left to go in the second period. We had a feeling that it might be coming. There was 3 in a row for the Gaels on the power play, and now they'll get their first penalty And going to the box will be Jared Bethune, serving 2 minutes or less for a trip.
And that one may be a little bit on the weak side, but by the same token, you have to keep your feet moving defensively. You can't reach with that stick parallel. Probably the right call.
So we'll see if the Griffins can even things up here to head into the late stages of the second period on even terms. Minute 10 separating game clock and penalty clock. They'll go cross ice from Stevens. Try to work his way around and make his way to the face of goal. Circle it back around, drop pass coming through, shot through traffic wide of the net of Fazio, who is there to cover up on that far side post. First 40 seconds gone by in the penalty to Jared Bethune. They'll come forward with it, they'll gain the zone with Agard. He's been quiet so far in this game, Sam. 3:20 left to go in the second period, haven't had to mention his name a ton. Go cross ice, shot towards goal, and it's deflected at the last second. Fazio had to be quick because that was a good opportunity for Guelph. Trickles back down now. The Gaels not necessarily going to run the risk of trying to get a shorthanded opportunity, just trying to get to the dressing room with this one goal cushion intact, as Dunda has to get back in the mix now shorthanded. Circling around for a shot from the back end. Drop pass is intercepted. Dunda will come back. Here's an odd man rush, shorthanded for Queens. Dunda waits, Dunda keeps, and it's intercepted. As Raycroft made his way back and intercepted the pass attempt coming across to Spencer Abraham. Intercepted again though, here's Campbell. Duncan Campbell, shorthanded. He gets taken down, no call. So great job shorthanded, even though they're not able to score. They don't allow any offensive momentum to generate here for the Guelph Griffins offense, Sam, and that penalty kill, the better scoring chances came from the Gaels shorthanded.
Well, it's just really reckless with the puck from the Griffins. You have a man advantage. Use your passing to beat players. Don't try to beat them yourself.
So Griffins still time to get back on even terms. There's under 2 to go in the second period. And held in, it'll be an offside position. Guelph has to touch up. Pass comes to the near side to Mason Cohn. Cohn trying to get it forward. Margot waiting for it. Slip past to Velarde. Shot trying to get it from a tough angle, but making sure there was no space there was Masters. A minute 37 left to go in this second period. Looking for the centering pass to come out. Wraparound attempt on the far side from Velarde. But Masters there to make the save, and he'll cover up for the face-off with 1:32 left to go in the second period.
And nice board work from Velarde there. He's not the biggest guy, but does a great job protecting the puck. Decent wraparound chance.
Second chance, another look at it there as the puck tried to spring loose out to Rao. Again, even though the one goal had squeaked through the legs and one that perhaps Masters would like to have back, he has certainly made a ton of big-time saves that some other goaltenders may not have. So at 1-0 right now with the expiration of the second upcoming here in a moment. Masters has to be happy with his performance so far, and the Gaels will continue to try to solve one of the better goalies in the province. Circle back around. Valentini pushes it into the corner. Raycroft waiting for it on the right point. Goes in behind the net. Last minute to go here in the second period. Doggett. Pass to the right point to Raycroft. Chasing after it now is Edwards, but he's got to deal with Sabin. Edwards will just come off the bench instead. Sabin, coast to coast, shot through well wide of the net. He'll circle back around. Trickling puck, here's Doggett. Just going to flip it out of the zone. Not nearly enough for an icing. Takes a couple of bounces and they'll go into the far side. Stevens. Down the left wing, there's help in front. Fazio makes the save, and they score! So Fazio had it in his glove. Didn't even see the puck go in, Sam, but just the celebration from the Griffins. We'll get a look at it on the replay. So the shot attempt in there from Mark Stevens fools Fazio, and just like that, it's 1-1.
So we have another look here. Yeah, it just looked like it went squeaked out the bottom of the glove. He tried to seal it, and it fell out of his glove. And, you know, we saw that on one shot to the glove hand earlier in the game where he had a little difficulty. And I would say it's not Fazio's strong suit, the glove hand. But at the same time, that's a big, big error in such a big matchup.
Yeah, tough break there for Fazio, who's been rock solid since the disaster of the Carr-Harris Cup. He's been instrumental in Queens getting to this point and was recognized as being an all-OUA rookie, but that's a huge goal for the Griffins to get at the tail end of the second period. 24 seconds left to go. Stevens with a kind of a harmless-looking shot on target, and Fazio fumbles it and kind of tosses it into his own goal, which should set up an exciting third period. Join us back. You're watching the Queens Cup between the Gaels and Griffins live on OUA TV. And welcome back to the Kingston Memorial Center. Some first and second period highlight. And the goal there by Jade Lindo got the scoring started. Griffins able to answer. A big glove save there from Justin Fazio, but able to get on the board on the goal here from Stevens. Just a harmless looking shot as it trickles in the bottom corner there past Fazio. A tough break there for the Gaels with 24 seconds left to go in the second period. And there is a look at the welcome graphic there. It is the Lethbridge Pronghorns who are hosting the 2019 U Sports Men's Hockey National Championship from March 14th to 17th. So finishing off next Sunday out in Lethbridge, Alberta. And both of these teams have already qualified, Sam. And the Carleton Ravens with a 3-0 victory against the Western Mustangs have punched the third OUA ticket to the U Sports National Championship. So they have made their way through already. Both of these teams, of course, are through already as well. But just the seeding and determining who will come out as the conference champion is what we'll decide here in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, and well-deserved for the Ravens to get that third spot. Even though the Gaels won that series 2-0, it was much, much closer than that scoreline indicated. So congratulations to the Ravens. All three of these teams looking to do well in Lethbridge.
So we are 20 minutes, perhaps more, away from determining who will be the 2019 Queens Cup champion. It'll either be the Queens Gaels or the Guelph Griffins. We have Masters in goal at one end, who's been exceptional here tonight, Sam, and Justin Fazio net at the other, who looked to shake off kind of a tough goal there that sent Griffins to a deadlock as we get underway here for the third period. Faceoff is won back by the Gaels, and they'll set with Rao. They'll go to Abraham, now to Sanvito, and deflection towards goal. Right in on Masters, who's going to deflect it out to the far side to Jesse Saban. Here's Abraham, circling back around. Abraham, pass forward to Rao, slips it inside to Margot, and hard contact made. Saban on Alex Rao. Trickles in behind the goal, looking for the bouncing puck to come out in front. Rao couldn't quite get it centered, and Guelph will just dump the puck back out the other way. Slip pass to the inside to Saban. Trying to get it up top to Winder, but Rao gets that one forward. Gets taken down, and I'll make his way to the bench. Trying to get the stretch forward. Here's Dunda. Pass far side, and Dunda just a little bit too quick, advancing in. Kind of a clear-cut call to make by the backside linesman. It'll be offside on the Gaels.
Yeah, great hand dive from Dunda there. Just tried to make that pass right as they crossed the line. Just couldn't quite get it off. Griffins win the faceoff back here.
Griffins circling it back around. Centering pass splits the defenders, and it'll go into the corner. It'll be an icing call upcoming on Guelph. First minute gone by here in the third period. Remains a 1-1 scoreline.
Listen, both these teams have faced a lot of adversity throughout these playoffs. We have a look at Justin Fazio's numbers there. Still maybe thinking a bit about that goal at the end of that period, but he's rallied before. He's had some struggles. Seems to get hot when it really matters, so hopefully he can have a big third period here.
Dunda looking for the puck. It'll split the defenders and trickle in towards Fazio. And Fazio thought about playing it out, but going to hang on instead is Cody Thompson with pressure in up top. 18:52 left to go in the third period. So a capacity crowd here tonight, Sam. It is 2,800 strong here at the Kingston Memorial Center. like not to see the likes of these numbers here in this building for quite some time. But the Kingston community out in full effect here, supporting the Queens Gaels in their pursuit of their first OUA title since 1981. Puck gets chipped out. It'll come back through the neutral zone. Drop pass comes inside, trying to send it through to O'Connor. Puck will trickle up, stays in play though. It'll go off the glass, and the Gaels will be stuck in an offside position with that bouncing puck trickling around.
Kyle, as you were talking about the capacity crowd here, big shout out to the Kingston Fire Marshals for actually upgrading the capacity they would allow for tonight's game. That's just how much demand there was for this ticket.
Again, a really, really popular event here for the Queens Gaels in a championship position. They will also be hosting the OUA Forsyth Cup Championship tomorrow in men's volleyball. They will be taking on the 6-time defending McMaster Marauders, which should be an absolute gem of a match between those two sides. Bouncing puck trickling through. Drop pass trying to come through to Brown, and he gets it sent out. And now the Gaels will come back and forced to be defensive now with the Griffins coming back in the counter. Slip pass comes in, gets flipped aside on the stick there of Fazio. The Gaels trying to come back in the counter attack. Lindo lays it off. Edwards fakes the shot, trickles it through, and a stick save made into the corner. And the Griffins will recycle back around. Puck gets chipped out into the bench and deflects off the stick, I believe, there of Abraham. It'll come back outside the Griffins' blue line.
And nice read to pinch in by Abraham there. Just stick was at a bit of an angle, tipped dangerously into the Griffins' bench, but good instincts from the captain.
So the face-off will come back outside the Gaels' blue line. Trickling around, and it'll get kicked back to Frankie Velarde, and Sanvito tried to push it forward. It'll go out into the stands on the far side. Back through the neutral zone, so they'll reset. Look for a new puck.
A lot of stoppages here so far, opening 2.5 minutes of the third period.
17:41 left to go in the third period between the Gaels and Griffins. We are deadlocked at a goal apiece. Circle it back around. Abraham send it along the edge of the boards. Greg Strand coming down the left wing, trying to get it past Abraham and look for a centering pass to come out. Abraham circle it along the edge of the boards. Queens looking forward. Trying to get it sent forward, and it's caught at the blue line. There'll be another offside here on Queens. And we'll blow the play dead. So we talked about the crowd on hand here, Sam. A lot of people tuning in as well. A lot of families of the Queens Gaels, a lot of past Queens alumni. Got messages from the Joyce family watching in Harrowsmith, Ontario, and a lot of other people around the province as well tuning in to see the Gaels try to claim their first banner here. So happy to have everyone joining us here in the stands as well as on the broadcast as well. What's been an excellent match between the Gaels and the Griffins. Coming down the left wing, drop pass, trying to get it sent through. Circle it back around, centering passes out, trying to split the defenders. Deflected out in front. It'll be covered up there by Justin Fazio and hang on the edge of the crease. So 3 minutes gone by here in the third period, Sam, and teams kind of getting back to where they were at the beginning of the game, kind of trading some opportunities and trading chances back and forth here in what should be obviously an exciting third period.
Yeah, I think you get a real sense now as we get into the meat of this game just how much this means to these two teams. A lot of high stakes here. Queens Cup on the line.
Drop pass to O'Connor. Margot gets in the way of that one and sends it forward, and now Rao will pass it high off the glass and down the ice, but it'll slow down enough to hold up for the icing call. Goes in behind the goal as Fazio will try to slow it down. So pass takes a hop, a weird, strange deflection off the boards, and now just going to be swatted away. Stays in play though, and it'll get sent forward. Comes down the left wing is Graham Brown. Waiting for it is Bethune. Great stretch pass forward, though just out of the stick reach, though. Could have been a great opportunity for Mikael Agard. Not anyone that the Gaels would like to have in a breakaway, and a one-on-one chance on Justin Fazio.
No, that would have been a real dangerous opportunity had Agard gone in all alone. Gaels counting themselves lucky here. As we talked about before, Danish star for the Griffins been a bit quiet so far, but big players tend to show up in key moments, so watch out for Agard over the course of the third here.
So they will set up to the right here. Referees just trying to send the wingers back a little bit outside the circle, not allowing them to cheat in as much as they have been. It'll come to the right of Masters. The Gaels win the faceoff. Trying to get it from a tough angle to slip through. It'll trickle back around. San Vito pushes that puck forward. It'll get recycled back to Raycroft. First 4 minutes gone by now in the third period. Fazio has to be quick to move that puck along the edge of the boards. Come up the right wing. Trying to chip around the defender there is Dunda, trying to get it around Sabin. Dunda gets it back out from behind the goal. Dunda back to the left point to San Vito. Off the end wall, takes a hop, and they send it through the crease. Dunda not on the receiving end of that one. Griffins playing it outside the zone. Guelph coming through, great stick lift there by Campbell, then gets a high stick in the head from Valentini. But the Gaels able to push forward, trying to get it to Edwards. Caught in by Lindo. Lindo makes his way around Sabin. Lindo towards goal, scores! Jade Lindo makes it 2-1. On a tough angle shot there from the Gaels, number 22. And in the biggest game of the season, Lindo hyping up the crowd. 2 goals for him, 2 numbers, and it's 2-1 with 15-18 left to go in the third period.
We have another look here. Lindo comes in, snaps it short side. Not a very strong shot, but finds its way between the pad and the post. And listen, Lindo has been huge in these playoffs. Scored a couple key goals against the Ravens last series. Now this one tonight.
So less than 5 minutes into the third period, the second goal of the game from Jade Lindo. It is 2s all around for the Gaels, number 22. The second marker of the game makes it 2-1 for Queens. And Lindo not shy to share his celebration, trying to get the Queens fired up. And it's the Gaels back out in front on another Jade Lindo marker. Shot in on Fazio, makes a save and deflects it back outside the zone. Shot from range, trying to trickle through, and now Doggett will come back on the counter. Looking for Edwards, but the defender gets there back in time. Doggett keeps, can't get the shot cleanly through as it's blocked nicely there on the back end by the Gaels. By the Griffins. We've seen 3 goals in this game so far, Sam, none of which have been overly pretty. And now it looks as though we're going to get a penalty upcoming. Indicating too many men for Queens. So it looks like it's going to be a bench minor for too many here, Sam. So a tough penalty to take if you're the Gaels. So serving, it'll be Mason Cohn. So a bench minor for too many men on the ice gives a great opportunity for Guelph to get right back in this.
And I was going to say, if we had a break earlier, it's really important to compose yourself after a big goal like that. The bench minor, not the best move, but the Gaels will try to kill this one off.
Dunda just going to hold on and sends the puck in behind the net. Campbell chasing after it. As it lost in his skates, and Campbell just be happy with holding on and killing some time off the clock here. Obviously the Gaels be grateful for a shorthanded opportunity, but not going to take any chances and leave their position to do so. They come back to Agard on the left point. Pass goes far side. Agard in the straightaway, looking to get the shot loose. Still trickling around. Great cross-ice pass. Pad save. Rebound cleared away. Well, resetting with Stevens to Agard. Stevens fakes, shot through and deflects into the corner. So holding back again is Agard. He's got options in front. Shot. Blocker save made. Deflects over the top. I believe there was enough of a touch there from Fazio to deflect off the blocker, off the crossbar, and out of play. A minute 2 left to go in the penalty served by Cohn. 13:20 left in the third period.
And sharp reflexes by Fazio there. Gets the elbow up just in time to get a piece of that one. Simmons about to take the face off here. Wins it back. Agard at the point.
Agard on the left point. Gets Gets sent into the far corner. Guelph will reset. Comes back again to Agard. He's going to go cross ice. 49 seconds left in the too many men penalty. Off the stick there from Simmons. He'll send it around in behind the goal. Looking for the centering pass. Goes off the stick, trickling out in front, and the Gaels dump it down the ice. One pass comes forward out of the back end. And the Griffins are going to force the reset here. Valentini gains the zone, circles back around. And deflected into the corner. It goes right to the stick of Graham Brown. He's going to dump it down the ice. Very strong penalty kill here for the Gaels. 7 seconds left to go in the bench minor. Served by Cone. Now Valentini comes up. They gain through center ice, looking for the drop pass. Valentini has it knocked off his stick. Here's Bethune down the left wing. Jared Bethune looking for the hold, getting it to Thompson. Thompson scores! Henry Thompson takes the drop pass from Jared Bethune, and the Gaels lead 3-1. And listen to this crowd, Sam. With 12:08 left to go, the Memorial Center faithful on their feet. The Gaels lead 3-1.
As we have another look here, they call him Big Tuna for a reason. He's been huge in these playoffs. What a setup by Jared Bethune, and Thompson finishes it off.
12 minutes to go in the third period. Gaels lead 3-1, staying onside. Doggett gets the shot through, and it's blocked. Guelph will come back with it the other way. Gaining the zone, staying onside. Trickles in towards, and now Fazio has to brace himself for contact, as the Griffins will surely try to create some uncomfortable timing here for Fazio. You hear the Queens crowd chanting, "It's all your fault" at Masters. He has certainly been a key for the Griffins here tonight, but there's another look at the goal from Thompson. Just an excellent release by the Gaels, number 14.
And that's a high-quality scoring chance. I mean, if you're Andrew Masters, you'd like to make that save, but it's a tough one. Right in the middle of the slot. Great snapshot.
So the Gaels open up a 3-goal advantage. Queens looking for more. Here's a chance back again. They give it to Rao on the right wing. Rao looking for options out in front. Rao still goes in with it behind the net. Gets checked into the boards behind the play. Keeps, deflects out in front, trickles towards goal, and Fazio there to cover up. And he'll hang on for another face-off, and now some pushing and shoving going on after the whistle. As Graham Brown getting into it with Connor Bramwell. Frustration starting to set in here for the Griffins, Sam, as it hasn't been a great stretch in the third period here. They've given up 2 goals and have really looked out of sorts after a strong second period.
But at the same time, the Griffins have faced a lot of adversity throughout these playoffs. 11-14 left in the third. It's 2 goals, but not unsurmountable, so they have to keep playing here.
Centering pass comes through, trying to get it to Dunda, who's joined by Mason Cone. And it'll come through to Campbell. Now O'Connor sets. And one other thing to mention, Sam, is that came on the heels of a strong penalty kill for Queens. So not only did they kill off an opportunity for Guelph to tie things up, they have a kind of a 2-goal swing back the other way, and it's now 3-1.
And special teams is often not just about the kill or the goal itself, it's about the momentum you generate from that special teams performance, and the Gaels doing it there.
Trying to get the deflection out in front. There's a lot of traffic out in front of Fazio. But Guelph will reset. Looking for an option out in front. Is there a penalty upcoming? No. I think he may have lost an edge on his own. Goes into the corner. Guelph now with some offensive zone pressure. Shot from a tough angle. Bouncing puck is there, and Campbell will get to it on the far side. And it'll take a hop off the bench on the far side. Allow the Gaels to make a delayed change here. Griffins are going to join the mix as well, and will reset in the defensive zone as we approach the midway point of this third period. Good lift there by Thompson. Gets taken down. Come to Velarde. Shot goes off the official just wide of the net, who's hopping around trying to wince away the pain. Another good opportunity by the Gaels. They're continuing this onslaught of offensive zone pressure here late in the midway through the third period.
And these are the kind of shifts you want to see from the Gaels. Hard in on the forecheck, protect the puck.
Pass goes to the far side. They'll try to chip it around. It gets intercepted out of the back end by the Griffins. They'll send it forward. Great touch at the blue line from Stevens to keep the play alive. Try to circle it back around. The Gaels. Now it's Jade Lindo. He's got 2 of the 3 goals, including the game winner standing up right now. And Lindo looking for the hat trick. It's sent around. Here's Gibson. Steven Gibson. Pass along the edge. Doggett trying to create pressure in. Bouncing puck to the blue line, and Guelph will come back with it. Guelph Griffins down with it down the left wing. Backhand towards Fazio. Makes another comfortable save. And he'll hang on for the faceoff. 8:54 left to go in the third period.
They can't overstate the impact that Jade Lindo has had since he's come back from injury earlier this season. Huge performance in the playoffs. Got back for just around a little more than 10 regular season games. Found his feet. He's been all over the score sheet so far in these OUA playoffs, this game included.
Off the draw, the Gaels trying to fight with it defensively. They'll send it along the edge of the boards and chip it out of the zone. Getting taken out there was Margot. Open space now for the Griffins. Templeton back to the point. Blocked shot by Margot, and it comes back outside the zone. Deflection there comes forward. Icing going to be waved off as Brown will reset here for Queens. Graham Brown trying to get it sent forward. Now it's Bethune. Going to be a deflection there through the neutral zone, so the icing going to be waved off. Pass along the half wall. 8:06 left to go in this third period. There's a 3-1 advantage for the Gaels. Abraham feeling the pressure coming along as Agard. And a shot through, saved by Fazio. Right into the chest there of the Gaels goaltender. Kind of a sluggish looking shot there from Ryan Valentini, who thought maybe he would have a better attempt on goal on that one.
Yeah, good job by Fazio to get out big, get out square, control the rebound. Nice save.
7:54 here left to go in the third period. Off the face-off, will go into the corner as Sanvito trying to play it forward for the Gaels. Trickle in behind Fazio. Centering pass comes out, but the Gaels jump on top of it first. Campbell has it lifted. Campbell goes hard into the boards. There's a chance for Guelph. Just wide of the net on the final touch there for Ryan Valentini. Avoiding the check there as Dunda goes to Campbell. Duncan Campbell makes a move back inside. Pass high off the glass. Trickles through as Thompson gets hung up in center ice here with O'Connor. Now it's Dunda, Campbell, and Thompson converging on the puck here for the Gaels. It's forcing Guelph to reset, sending it up to Mark Stevens. Down the right wing, avoiding a check from Margot. Guelph keeping it in the zone. Stevens circling back around, looking for help. It'll come to Sabin on the left point. And Thompson gets a good job blocking the shot in front. Velarde down to the ice. Griffin circling back around, trying frantically to get one back at even strength here. They'll try to split through, can't quite get it. Now they'll get it outside the zone. Bouncing puck, Margot gonna collect it and just dump it in. 6:36 left to go in the third period. Queens faithful here at the Memorial Center starting to get on their feet and cheer their team to victory. Doggett. Cross ice pass, and now a chance in for Edwards. Edwards keeps. Edwards can't quite get it centered back to Doggett and lost his handle on the puck. Good job by Sabin keeping the puck coming through. Chance down the left wing for Simmons, trying to make his way around Doggett. Simmons, great centering pass, but gets through everybody. Edwards. Tricklett's going to slow down. Icing going to be waved off, and we're under 6 to go now in the third frame. 3-1 to score in favor of Queens. A couple of Jade Lindo markers, and Henry Thompson stand up as the 3 goals for Queens. coming to the far side. Didn't quite get all of Bramwell on the far side. Stevens answering the other way for the Griffins. And a hard check there on Alex Rao. As he got his bell rung there by Templeton. Pass comes inside. Bethune trying to circle it around. Was off the glass. Can't quite get it out of the zone.
Griffins with a couple good minutes of pressure here, but they're going to need something to show for it soon. Just a little over 5 left to go.
We talked about Guelph trying to press here and get one back, Sam, at even strength. And try not to press two with the empty net. But here's Dunda back the other way. Dunda can't quite get it, keep a clean handle. Back end. Thompson gets crushed by Liam Dunda coming back across. Mason Cone, and they're going to be offside. And they're going to call a penalty, it looks like now, on the Griffins. As Mikael Agard is going to the penalty box. And a couple of discussion points from Agard after cross-checking is the call on Mikael Agard. Who had some words to say to the official on the way through, Sam.
And he wasn't happy about that Dunda hit, but at the same time, you can't put your team in jeopardy like that. You need a goal. You cannot take a penalty in this time of the game. You just got to get over it there. Not let your emotions get the better of you.
So 4:48, their best player in the penalty box, and a full 2-minute power play here for the Gaels with a 2-goal lead. A disaster situation here for the Griffins, especially if the Gaels can make it 4-1. Bouncing puck is there, and Lindo on the edge of the crease, searching for that hat trick, Sam.
Yeah, so also if you're the Gaels, you do have to be conscious. One shot block, a quick breakaway opportunity. You need to be careful with the puck on this power play, responsible, not take too many unnecessary risks.
Yeah, especially with a 2-goal cushion and the man advantage. And here is a breakout back the other way, shorthanded for Guelph. They'll come down the right wing with a head of steam. Centering pass, and that's exactly what Sam just spoke about. Not trying to give up any offensive zone chances the other way for Guelph in this shorthanded situation. Pass comes back to the far side to Edwards. Edwards circles around, gets it up top to Doggett. Puck still in the offensive zone. Edwards joins the mix as well. Doggett and Edwards trying to push it forward. The Griffins able to settle it down off the stick of Copsels. 4 minutes to go. Griffins still coming back, and they're shorthanded still for another minute 08. They're continuing to get some pressure here shorthanded. Shot towards Fazio, makes the save. And then contact made at the end of the play there by Campbell. Campbell's going to get a shot and a glove in the face at the end of that sequence. Griffins trying to argue their case that there was contact made. Copsels felt he got taken down.
It's absolutely terrific penalty killing from the Griffins so far. They look like they're on the power play through a minute of this Gaels power play. Strand and those veteran defenders just showing some real good energy here late, but they're going to need a goal soon. Question also remains, when, probably after the penalty expires, do the Griffins pull their goaltender?
So 58 seconds left to go in the penalty to Agard. As Frankie Velarde collects the puck, goes in behind the net to Nevin Guy. Velarde down the left wing. He's got options out in front, but they will reset instead. Brown was pinching in, and they'll split the defenders and come all the way down the ice. It's touched there by Fazio, and he'll look back forward. 33 seconds left to go. Here's Guy. Guy chips it into the zone. It'll trickle along the edge of the boards. Held in on the far side. Queens has it in the corner. 19 seconds left to go in the penalty to Agard. Not a ton of chances here on the power play for Queens, but they can just as well take the 2 minutes off the clock and not allow Guelph back into it. Guy sends it into the corner. Final few seconds ticking away. Agard out of the box, back to even strength. The Gaels can't add to their lead on the power play. And we will see exactly when Masters makes his way to the bench. They come down the right wing. Shot is blocked through by San Vito. Now a chance back the other way. It's Thompson, who's already got one on the night. Thompson keeps, shot just wide on the far post. Gaels would like to keep the puck moving here and not allow an offensive zone faceoff, but that's exactly what happens here. And Sam, I think we could probably expect to see Masters make his way to the bench now that the Griffins have an offensive zone faceoff and an opportunity to try to exploit having an odd man number on the ice. But for now, they will keep Masters in, perhaps a timeout upcoming.
The Masters looking to the bench, circling in his own zone, but nothing yet.
So 2:23 left to go in the period. They are down, and it's going to be a timeout. So I think exactly what we expected, Sam. Guelph will call a timeout. We'll see Masters likely take a spot on the bench as a result at the end of the timeout and allow the Griffins to try to draw something up and try to get an early goal here with Masters on the bench. If they can get one early and still have about 2 minutes with the extra attacker on the ice, really make things interesting on the Gaels here in the final couple of minutes here. But this Queens crowd been excellent all night long. They're reinvigorated. A strong third period. Goals from Jade Lindo and Henry Thompson make it 3-1. And they would love to see history made here in the first Queens Cup championship for the Gaels since 1981.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time for these Gaels. Yeah, Masters, oh, now he's headed to the bench finally. We were wondering when it was going to happen. Obviously, they took that time out to draw up some 6-on-5 strategies, so he's at the bench now.
And they had 6 on the ice, so obviously some miscommunication there from somebody. But the Griffins now trying to get set up. One breakdown defensively, though, could be the end of their OUA hopes. And it could come on a loose puck scramble here. 2:04 left to go in the period. Griffins with the extra attacker. Down 2 goals, trying to press, and they've got Agard on the ice as well. If anyone to try to keep it alive for Guelph, it's him. Great block there by Slater Doggett, and it's intercepted. Down the boards coming Luke Edwards. And now the Gaels have to get back in a hurry here. Numbers forward for Guelph, trying to sweep it towards the face of goal. Doggett, he's going to chip it down. He's going to take a bounce, trickle towards goal. We're going to slow down enough and not have the line, but Doggett allows the Gaels to make a much-needed change. Minute 26 left to go. Trickles in behind the net. Fazio has it hop off a stick, but Nevin Guy there. Try to get it through. Bouncing puck, trickling loose. Minute 14 left to go. Gaels fans already assuming this game is over. Rao off the boards, trying to send it forward. Here's Dunda. Can he get to the puck first? Dunda does. Shot just wide of the net. Would have put this game away. Back the other way, Campbell gets it up top. Here's Liam Dunda. Shot towards goal. Scores! Liam Dunda into the empty net with 54 seconds left to go in the third period. And Sam, for the first time since 1981, the Queens University Gaels reign supreme in the OUA for men's hockey.
Dunda so deserved on that empty netter. He skated well all game, thrown some huge hits, been the heart and soul of this Gaels team all season. A real spark plug. Great to see him get the one that finally clinches it.
And the Gaels bench starting to celebrate with 54 seconds left to go.
Fans down at the boards, creating some great noise here.
46 seconds remaining. Masters back inside the net. Lindo avoids the check from Stevens. And the offensive onslaught in the third period, Sam, excellent here from Queens. They have netted 3 goals, including one into the empty net. It was 1-1 after 40, and the Gaels have really opened up here. A goal from Jade Lindo, a goal from Henry Thompson, and now the empty netter from Liam Dunda. And while both teams' season was going to continue at the beginning of this game, it has to feel great. A homecoming for the Gaels, a capacity crowd, and finally, the Queens Gaels, after a wait of 30-plus years, are now back on top of the men's hockey OUA mountain as they pour off the bench and celebrate on top of Justin Fazio and the 2019